Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this edition of the Auburn Blitz. Andy Graham and Jeremy Jeffcoat here with you. Little something going on in the parking lot.
Yeah, sounds like somebody's car alarm is.
Sounds
panic
like
button
it.
got hit. I tried to see if it's mine, but I don't have my keys,
Well, maybe
shouldn't be mine.
Okay. Welcome in to this edition of the Auburn Blitz. We appreciate all of you out there being with us today, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics and beyond. Auburn got a big basketball game tonight. Auburn and Texas A&M. The Aggies coming in to Neville Arena. This one, Auburn got the longest winning streak, home winning streak in college basketball. That on the line right now. So,
I got a thumbs up from Ryan. I don't know what that means.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So, thumbs up, so whatever it is.
Nobody's trying to
okay.
steal your car. That's good.
Apparently. What? Okay. Do we know whose it is?
We don't know.
Okay.
All right. Auburn, 16-3, 6-1 overall. Texas A&M 13-6, 5-1 overall. So we'll break down that game a little bit. Look at the numbers of that. Take a look at what happened last night in the SEC as well, and do a little something fun we hadn't done in a while. Rank the SEC football coaches.
I'm really looking at the list. I don't have a problem with where they are on the list we have.
Okay.
A couple of them.
No, that's my list.
One or two. That's your list?
That's my
list.
list.
I have one or two issues with it. For the most part, I'm in agreement.
Okay. Well, it's good to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take a look at that a little bit later. But if you'd like to chime in, we'd love to hear from you. 254-622-6221 is our number here. You can also dial us up on the Sportz Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away, and we'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today. Again, we appreciate all of you out there being with us. Let's start off with this basketball game tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN2. Texas A&M, an interesting team. They started off kind of slow, but they have picked it up as the season has gone along. And when the SEC season hit, they have played pretty well. 5-1, just lost their first one. Going too rough, that's no shame to lose on the road to Kentucky, as they have. Kentucky's kind of been.
Kentucky sort of righted the ship here lately.
Yeah, they've kind of been up and down, but they've kind of gotten right here as of late for sure. Looking at the numbers, Randy and I talked about this yesterday, but Texas A&M, by the numbers, kind of on paper they look like the better team right now, just a little bit better, but their field goal percentage is a little bit better, 3-point shooting is a little bit better, free throw shooting is a little bit better. They score 74.5 points a game, whereas Auburn's only scoring 72.6 points per game, stuff like that. But the one that I look at, and the one that concerns me the most, 18.9 points off turnovers, almost 19 points off turnovers. So that's something that Auburn – now, the good thing about that is the last couple of games, Auburn has not turned the ball over. So, that's kind of one of those things to watch. If Auburn gets into one of these games like they did a couple of games ago where they turned it over 15, 20 times, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, to me, 15 is kind of the demarcation line of did you have a decent game protecting the basketball? Because if you turn it over in any college basketball game 11, 12, 13 times, I don't think much about that. Those are going to happen. You turn it over 16, 17, 18 times, now we're in, a different kind of territory.
No doubt about it.
Now, the other thing, too, and this is something Auburn's got to be careful about tonight, you got to play defense without fouling on this team. They shoot 75% from the free throw line. They shoot the ball very well from the line. A lot of college teams don't, but they do. So if you send them to the line, they're gonna get points on you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I look at it too. Kind of interesting. The two top scorers for Texas A&M, Wade Taylor and Tyrese Radford, 6 foot and 6'2". The two of the shortest guys on the team that play quite a bit are your two leading scorers. And I look down through there, the tallest guy on the basically that does any kind of scoring and plays any kind of minutes, 6'8". So one of these teams that's very rangy, but doesn't have a 7-footer, same height, in that 6'5" to 6'8" range. One guy 6'9". I misspoke, but that they're a team that plays really, really good defense, much like Auburn. Kind of counts on their defense, only allowing 66 points a game. Auburn only allowing 62.5 points a game. So they got three guys that go in double figures, but you got quite a few. 9.8, 8.5, 6.9. So they kind of spread out the scoring. They get a lot of contribution, and they really, really hit the boards hard. That's another thing too. Everybody rebounds up and down the lineup. That's one of the things that you love to see out of your team.
When you don't have bigs, right? When you don't have those 6'10", 6'11" guys down low, everybody has to rebound. You've got to crash, or you're not gonna, you're gonna give up too many offensive rebounds to the other side if you don't.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Any other numbers here stick out?
Not really. Numbers-wise, they're pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
Obviously, Auburn's playing at Neville Arena. I think Auburn's better than A&M, no matter where they're playing. But, at Neville, I expect Auburn to handle business tonight. It may not be like a 30-point win, but, one of those things where you're up 10 with a couple of minutes to play and you hit your free throws and go home.
Hopefully that will be the case.
That's kind of what I envision. Now, I could be totally off base, but.
Well, that's one of the things that, Auburn does foul quite a bit. At least they have the last several games. They put guys on the line. Like you said, that's something they need to be better at. They need to be.
Got to be careful with a team like A&M that shoots free throws well because it's free points,
Yeah.
Easy points.
No doubt. Last night, LSU falling to Arkansas. LSU, after that first game, they beat Arkansas at home, and everybody thought, "Hey, look out! Watch out for this LSU team."
Yeah, the thing with LSU,
they have hit the skids.
They scored 40.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. But here's the thing with LSU. I think early in this season, it's pretty much a 100% roster turnover, right? If it's not 100, it's darn close.
Oh, yeah.
And I think everybody had to kind of see them once to kind of get, this is what they are. Nobody knew what to expect out of LSU. You don't know who the scorers are. You don't know who they're going to feed the ball to, what they like to do defensively. You don't, because it's such a complete roster turnover that it's kind of, but there's not a whole heck of a lot of talent there.
Right.
So I think once everybody kind of, okay, this is what they're going to be, now we know how to attack that. I think LSU's probably going to struggle for the rest of the year. And look, Arkansas right now, I mean, I know they won by 20. Right now, Arkansas is one of the bigger disappointments in the league, the way they've been playing lately. And
Now, they've got some injuries. Obviously.
Yeah, but, I mean, they're a disappointment right now from where I expected that to be a top 10 team all year, and they're just not.
I think everybody did.
Yeah.
Missouri taking care of Ole Miss. That's not a surprise. 89-77. Kentucky, like you said, riding the ship. Vanderbilt had been playing really well and been playing really competitive, but not really competitive in this one. Kentucky takes down Vandy 69-53. So, like you said, Kentucky's probably one of those teams you got to watch out for from here on out.
Yeah. No, look, I think Kentucky has, and it's one of those things, if you're Cal, you go through this, seems like every year, you bring in so many talented guys, and you've got to kind of get them all on the same page in terms of what kind of team you have, right? And it takes a little time, but I think they've, and Sheboy's been a monster here lately, which we kind of expected all year. So, yeah, I think Kentucky's a tough out from here on.
No doubt.
And it looks like tonight, I mean, to me, it should be straight chalk for the home teams. All 4 home teams tonight. Florida at home against a really bad South Carolina team.
Really bad.
Tennessee at home against Georgia. Auburn at home against A&M. Alabama at home against Mississippi State. Home team should sweep tonight.
Up against our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz after this.
Hi, this is Brian Weiss with Weiss Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Weiss Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Weiss Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Weiss Motors. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments for 90 days at Glenn Smith Buick GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to $9,250 off. New GMC Acadias up to $6,250 off. And new Buick Enclaves up to $6,000 off. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Andy and JJ here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up at bigfishlakemartin.com for all your real estate needs. Todd chimes in and says, A&M going to see if Auburn can hit from the outside shot. Are they going to try to take Broome out of the game just like they did Smith and Kessler last year in the SEC tournament? Obviously, Broome has been really playing well as of late. Last game, 27 points, and I think 11 boards. So, yeah, you want to got to take him out of the game if you want to beat Auburn for sure.
Yeah, like you. I mean, you pointed this out before. Texas A&M's a really good defensive team, and and if you're playing Auburn, that's kind of your. I mean, no matter who you are, you got to prove to me you can hit from outside. You got to prove it to me pretty good before I'm gonna come out there and and not stack that lane. I'm gonna be down in the lane, and if you hit a few shots out there, then maybe I'll think about coming out on you.
Mike says, what do you think about what do you think about Jason Campbell? Will be on the. How do you think he will be on the radio?
Have they made that announcement? Is that done?
They did.
Done deal. Okay. Yeah.
I think he'll do a good job. I'm interested to hear what he's like. What the chemistry's like between he and Andy on the radio. But I think, look, Auburn's. We talked about this yesterday a little bit with Randy. This is only the third guy in like the last 40-something years.
Yeah, Trotman, White, and then Jason, right?
Yeah. I mean, you go back to Pat Sullivan when he did it, but you got Charlie Trotman, Stan White, and now yet another Auburn quarterback taking over that role. So kind of keeping it in that range, and I think that's great. I'm willing to give him a chance, and I think he'll do a good job. Steve says, what is AU's quarterback plan? Is Ashford and Gardner the only two QBs? Sports Illustrated says Finley is in Columbus, Ohio. As far as I know, I mean that's the plan right now. I would be shocked if Auburn doesn't pick up a transfer after spring, because there will be a lot of quarterbacks, I think, probably hitting the portal about that time. Those that don't get the job that think they're going to. Don't forget about who's it, Hank Brown as well.
There's another portal window that opens in April, I believe.
Yeah.
So that'll be, obviously the post-spring practice, stuff. There may be some guys out there. To me, I think it's tough to bring somebody in after that and for them to win the starting job.
If they're well, depends on, if they're like an established guy, like Joe Burrow or something like that, just is kind of, is locked behind somebody else and wants to get out and try to find their way. And they've, been around and have got a lot of experience. So, but you're right. And I think Hugh Freeze has made it clear that he feels pretty good about Robbie Ashford.
Look, my expectation is Robbie Ashford's going to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Hugh Freeze's job to get him to limit turnovers. That's a big deal for him.
Yeah.
He's not going to turn him into Joe Montana, right? He's not going to go out there and complete 68% of his passes for, 34 touchdowns and 4 picks. That's not his game. But, he'll have to, work the offense around Ashford's skill set, work with him on limiting turnovers, being as efficient as he can, using his legs when he can. And he's got a lot of tools to work with. I keep saying that. Robbie Ashford, it seems like a lot of Auburn fans have kind of given up on Robbie Ashford ever being a good quarterback. But I don't buy that. I think Robbie Ashford's got a lot of tools to work with. I don't at this point that maybe there's a surprise coming in April, but I at this point I'm sort of, if I'm a betting man, Robbie Ashford's going to be the starter.
You want 4 quarterbacks on your 4 legitimate quarterbacks.
You'd need 3, but you'd love to have 4. Yeah.
Can you get Robbie Ashford from 50 to 60% completion percentage? You can't expect to win a lot of games with your quarterback completing 50% of his passes.
No. I think it's going to have to get up in the high 50s to low 60s, somewhere in there.
Now, Bo Nix, he got up to, I don't think he was ever much more than about 59, 60%. And you saw what you get out of that.
Yeah.
You can get 8 to 9 wins.
But it's a totally different system. I know Hugh Freeze and Gus Malzahn are friends, but they don't run the same offense.
No, they don't. Much more sophisticated passing game from Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, a much better passing game. Now, it is a passing game that takes chances, right? They take shots, and that's that's okay. That's Tennessee won 11 games this year doing that. So
Yeah, they did. So, as far as I know, that's the plan right now. But again, I would be surprised if Auburn doesn't pick up a quarterback, whether they compete or not. You just like to have them in that room. But got 3 right now. TJ Finley, I think that he's not going to be back.
Not going to work here anymore.
Yeah. What's wrong with Andy? Not sure. If that's me or if that's Andy Burcham.
Oh, okay.
I think Jason Campbell, the color man, with Andy Burcham, if that's what we're talking about. If we're talking about me, I don't know. How long you got with what's wrong with me? But we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving you thousands of dollars each and every year on your home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248. Got some more comments coming through. Ty says, I still believe Grayson McCall will end up at Auburn. That's the kid from Coastal Carolina. Possibly. If they get that worked out, I think he does graduate. I think he may be able to come to Auburn after he does graduate. We'll see if that happens. To Glenn's question, I have been dealing with a little bit of a health issue, and makes it a little bit harder to breathe. So that's why I'm struggling a little bit, but hopefully I'll get past that imminently. Ty says, what's wrong with Sonny? He hasn't been doing games with Andy. Brad Law's been doing games. Not sure what's wrong with Sonny, but he is in his 80s, so he may just be.
I knew at one point he wasn't doing road games.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's still the case or if he's missing home games now too. So
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. All right, so let's rank some SEC football coaches. I will let you go first. I have got mine down. I will let you start, and I will chime in.
Well, we'll start with your bottom two, right? Your number 14 and 13. I got no problem with Zach Arnett at 14. He's a young, highly thought of coach, but he's never done this before. He's not, a guy with this wide range of experience kind of thing, right? He's still fairly new to the coordinator role. Yeah. So and he's coming in. I don't know. No problem with him at 14 because there's just too much unknown.
You got to put him there.
Got to put him at 14.
Never coached the head game, say head coach.
Clark Lee at 13. I agree. Although he assures us that Vanderbilt is on a collision course with the national championship, but right now he's at 13, and some of that's the program, and some of that's Clark Lee. So
it's really, really difficult to judge a Vandy head coach.
It is. Although James Franklin, it wasn't difficult to judge.
It's true. I mean, you don't really know. I mean, he's been there 2 years.
I mean, Woody Woodenover did a decent job, right?
He did.
Yeah.
But 2-14 in the league, look, it's
not good.
It's not good. You got to put him there.
Now, at number 12 is where we have our first disagreement.
Okay.
So you have Eli Drinkwitz.
I do. I have Eli Drinkwitz. I don't think he's a terrible coach, but there's a lot of really good coaches in this league.
I agree with you. Billy Napier has not proven to be one of them yet.
Okay.
I would put Billy Napier in there at number 12.
Did a fantastic job. Now, see, let me preface this by saying my list is based on relative or current events. It's not necessarily based on body of work. It's just based on current events.
Mine is based on who I would hire. Right?
Okay.
In the order that I would hire them.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But yeah, I would put Billy Napier in there at 12, move Eli Drinkwitz up to 11. They both had the same record this past year. One's at Missouri, one's at Florida.
Yeah.
And although I'm a Billy Napier fan, I think he's got a lot of potential.
Very unimpressive.
But that Florida program may be so messed up that nobody can coach it right now. I mean, remember, we've gone through McElwain and Muschamp and Mullen, and now we're on Billy Napier. All looked like credible hires at the time. So I don't know. But so I feel bad for Billy Napier because I do think he's got some potential. But, man, he mismanaged a lot of stuff last year, and he's got a ways to go. And now you've got this situation with the quarterback and the NIL thing, and I don't know. It looks like a program that he doesn't have and if he comes out there and goes, 5-7 this year, he may be 2 and done.
That's true.
So I would.
Alabama had the Mikes, and now Florida's got the M&M guys.
Yeah. I would have Eli just slightly above Billy Napier there at number 11. So
we
number
got
10.
Number 10.
You had Hugh Freeze.
Look, I'm putting Hugh Freeze down there, not because I don't think he's a really good coach. It's because he got booted out of the league for a reason, and I think he's got to earn his way back up the list.
Don't disagree with you, but in my math on who I would hire,
okay,
my number 10 is Jimbo Fisher. I think Jimbo Fisher's done.
He has dropped.
I think he's done.
Really?
I think you're watching the last gasp of any big-time coaching career out of Jimbo Fisher. I think they're going to be okay this coming year. You're going to tell me Bobby Petrino's going to turn that thing around? Really? That is what you came up with? No, I think
cannot see how those two guys coexist.
Yeah, I think I would put Jimbo Fisher down there at number 10 and have no problem with that.
Okay. I have Jimbo Fisher at 9. And again, I have Hugh Freeze right now at 10 because, again, not because I don't think he's a good coach, just because I think he's got to work his way back up the list because he's just now getting back in the league. I have Jimbo at 9, so that we have 9 and 10. I have Sam Pittman at 8.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to Sam Pittman at 8, but I'm going to move him down because, all right, I'm going to have to explain this on the other side of the break.
Okay. We can take a break, and we will be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
WAXC TV3's Basketball Game of the Week is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC on the Columbus Parkway in Opelika. Get ready to smile. Catch game replays on WAXC TV3 and on our Roku app. Games replay Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. and also Saturday and Sunday at 6:30. Catch the replays of these games airing now from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika and WAXC TV3.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you for about, well, just a couple of more segments in today's show. Brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama. For all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. And let's go to the phone line.
All right.
Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, good afternoon, Andy. JJ, how are y'all today?
Terry, how are you, man?
Doing well, doing well. Y'all were talking about Robbie Ashford a minute ago. Now, I think they're going to add another quarterback just to have another body in the room, quite honestly. That's just, I mean, maybe it'll pan out they won't, but I think Robbie Ashford's going to improve significantly. Let me tell you why. Number one, he's going to receive better coaching. And number two, the offensive line is going to be improved to the point where it may give him that extra millisecond or half a second or full second even to get a pass off that may have been real off this year.
Yeah, I don't disagree with either of those.
I agree.
That's why I think he can be better.
I think you're bringing in an almost an entirely new offensive line. Now, it doesn't guarantee that they're going to be a lot better, but I don't know how they could be worse.
No, yeah, that's what I'm with you. It doesn't guarantee it'll be better, but I don't see how it could be worse. The team is going to be with more togetherness, and there'll be more cohesiveness, and you won't have a coach who's more of a liability, who I know he was leaving, whether he was fired or not. He got $15 million. Listen, guys, you could fire me all day long for $15 million. I wouldn't care. I could care less.
I don't have $15 million to give you, Terry, or I would.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying you guys, JJ, but hey, I'm right there with you. I mean, you guys are in the same boat I'm in. You feel the same way I do.
That's right. No, look, Terry, I don't disagree with you. I think Robbie Ashford's got a hell of a lot of potential at quarterback, and I think Hugh Freeze can do some things with him. And you gotta feel good about how Hugh Freeze has sort of rebuilt this roster, right? I mean, if he's playing Legos, you're going, how in the world did you build that with that, right? There's that old saying about chicken salad. He's actually got a little chicken salad to work with now, so.
Well, the people draw the conclusion, Gus and Malzahn and Hugh Freeze are friends. There is a pretty good friendship there, but quite different because every quarterback that Gus Malzahn ever had went backwards. Just take a look at Nick Marshall 2013 and Nick Marshall 2014.
Yeah.
He went from 11-2 to 7-5.
No question he's going to get better coach.
I mean, I don't know anybody who thinks Bo Nix got any better.
Right.
I mean, he did a very terrible job of putting the talent around him, especially on the offensive line. Gus Malzahn would not recruit the offensive line. As far as I'm concerned, I think he's one of those coaches, and there's a lot of them out there. They fall in love so much with what they want instead of what they need. And I always felt like he needed somebody like Nick Marshall who could bail him out, maybe turn a negative into a positive, and he just was determined to do what he wanted, and he wasn't going to be told otherwise.
If this offensive line plays up to potential, you're going to see a better running game. You're going to see a better passing game. You're going to see a better overall offense. There's no question about it.
You can't help but feel sorry for Tank Bigsby. What if he'd ran behind a decent offensive line? He put up solid numbers behind a terrible one.
Yep. Agreed.
Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
All right, we're ranking the SEC coaches.
Yes, we are.
All right, when we left off, you had Hugh Freeze at 10 for reasons you explained. I had Jimbo Fisher at 10 for reasons that I explained. Now, I'm going to surprise you a little bit at number 9.
Okay.
I'm going to put Mark Stoops at number 9.
Wow.
I think he's plateaued, and I don't think he's capable of adjusting enough of his style to take any further steps forward. I think you've seen the plateau of Mark Stoops. It is what it is. If his program's running good, he's going to win 7, 8, 9 a year. But that's 9. You're not getting beyond that.
Sneak up and win 10 every
5, 6 years.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I would put Mark Stoops at 9.
Okay.
I would put Sam Pittman at 8. You have him at 8, so we kind of are in agreement there. I like the way his teams play hard for him. I mean, they play incredibly hard. They dealt with a lot of injuries this year, but they still managed to.
I'm not sure
get to
he
a bowl
had
game.
plateaued.
So,
I'm not sure he hasn't plateaued.
I think we got to wait and see this year because Richardson's back, right?
I think so.
KJ's back, so let's see. That could be a dangerous team.
They weren't that good with him last year.
That could be a dangerous team. Now they got to replace DCs and all that. So we'll see how they do. But I like Sam Pittman at 8.
I number 7. Go ahead.
Number 7, you have.
I have Shane Beamer. I have been climbing the ladder.
I actually like Shane Beamer at 7.
Okay.
I also like Hugh Freeze at 7.
Okay.
I'm going to have a two-way tie at 6
Okay.
with Hugh Freeze and Shane Beamer.
Okay.
Hugh Freeze, because I do think he can do some things offensively. I think he's proven that he can operate in the recruiting world. What he did this year was pretty off the chain, quite frankly, getting that roster somewhat put back together.
Yeah.
And Shane Beamer, I don't know. There's some about the guy I like, and we'll see if he can. He made the changes he needed to make at offensive coordinator. We'll see if that, with Spencer Rattler can translate into something next year. So I like Shane Beamer there.
He's doing a good job recruiting as well. That's one of the reasons. Another reason I have him climbing the ladder pretty good here.
So that's my two-way tie there.
All right, at number 6, I have Lane Kiffin.
I'm going to put Josh Heupel there.
Okay.
Obviously couldn't help but be impressed with the 11-2 season. I haven't forgotten about that South Carolina game. I still can't get that quite out of my head. That was ugly. And I want to see another year of Josh Heupel before I'm willing to go anywhere above 6 on that. Your number 5 was Heupel?
I had Heupel at 5. I know that's high.
Yeah.
But the way that he's recruiting, and he did something that no coach at Tennessee has done in the last 15 to 20 years, and that's to make them relevant again.
That's right.
And so I was really, really impressed with that. And he seems to be now, and again, he could fall right back down. It's just current events. So
now, because I have a two-way tie at number 6 with Freeze and Beamer, that means that actually leaves Heupel at 5 for me as well.
Okay.
But the difference is I'm putting Lane Kiffin at 4.
Right.
Because I have Mark Stoops down at 9. So
right.
Lane Kiffin to me, but he's, even this year, the first half of the season, I think everybody knew the schedule was a little weak at the beginning of the season. He did not have a lot to work with. He replaced, I think it was 70-something% of their offensive production from the year before. But they wound up winning 8. And I think you're going to see an improved Ole Miss team next year, too. So I think you're going to, especially at the quarterback position, you're going to see that.
Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday, right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. Andy and JJ taking you up to 1 o'clock. We are counting down our ranking of SEC football coaches. We got up to number 5, I think.
Well, for me, it was number 4. Okay. Yeah, your number 4 was Mark Stoops, who I had down at 9.
Right.
So we had a pretty wide range. And I had Lane Kiffin at 4.
Right.
And so we're to the top 3.
We got the same 3.
We got the same 3.
I bet we don't have them in the same order.
I bet we do have them in the same order.
Oh, really?
I got Brian Kelly at 3, probably for the same reasons you do. I never had any doubt Brian Kelly could coach. My question was, would he fit, at LSU? Would he be able to? But, I mean, this guy coached his butt off this last year.
I'm telling you, I mean, who would have thought? We had LSU, most of us had LSU near the bottom.
Keep in mind, last spring, they didn't have enough scholarship players to do a spring game. Keep that, they had 39, I think, scholarship players at one point. I mean, that's insane. And then to do what he did this year, but very impressive. Nick Saban's Nick Saban. I mean, his record speaks for itself. It is what it is. He's 11-2 again this year and running off coordinators.
Yeah. Two new coordinators for Alabama this year.
Yeah.
Got any thoughts on that?
I think Alabama would like to hire Jeremy Pruitt on the defensive side, but I don't know if they're going to do it before the NCAA announces what his penalties are from the situation at Tennessee, because I think they want to know what they're looking at. And I've heard that they may not be making that announcement till mid to late February.
Show cause, are we thinking?
Well, a show cause, restricted recruiting, right? He may not be able to do any recruiting, something like that. And do Greg Byrne and Nick Saban really want to deal with that? So, but I don't know if they can wait that long. What you hear, if you think about it, your backup plan apparently is Jim Leonard, with another backup plan of Todd Grantham, who's an analyst on Alabama's staff already.
Right.
So not bad backup plans, if they can't get that worked out. And offensively, I think they're taking a run at Lebby, and we'll see what Lebby does.
Okay.
So they're gonna make a run at Lebby and see if they can get him out of Oklahoma.
Okay.
But yeah, just Saban it too. Kirby's got the secret sauce, man. He's got it working. He's recruiting big, fast, physical athletes. He's developing big, fast, physical athletes. They replace guys every year, and they don't seem to drop off. And
back-to-back national titles. It's hard not to put him at number one right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Student.
If you're not going to put number one, the guy that's won the last two national championships, what's he got to do? Is he got to win 3 in a row, 4 in a row? I don't know. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the student has become the master.
I think they're right there. I still think Nick Saban's the greatest coach that's ever done it. It wouldn't surprise me if he won another one next year. It's just one of those things where, but for right now, there's no doubt that Kirby's on top.
Yeah.
I think he's proved that.
Okay. It is January the 25th. On this day, 1924, the first Winter Olympics how would you say that?
Well, I would say Chamonix, but I'm sure that's not. I'm sure that's the Alabamification of the word.
It's in France.
Yeah.
We come from France.
Chamonix, something like that.
Yeah, Chamonix.
Maybe a knee or an A.
Maybe. 1981, Super Bowl 15. The Raiders defeated the Eagles. Jim Plunkett.
I loved Jim Plunkett. Like I remember that Super Bowl. I would have been 10 years old. But Jim Plunkett was like, oh man, he's so good.
Yeah.
It turned out, he wasn't that great, but in that game, he was great.
He was great. 1987, Super Bowl 21. The Giants defeated the Broncos 39-20. Phil Simms had a phenomenal game. I think he was I don't think he had but 1 or 2 incompletions.
This was in that streak of Super Bowls that
Denver got hammered.
Yeah, that John Elway lost.
Yeah.
And people kept going, oh, John Elway can't win the Super Bowl. It's like that team had no business being in the Super Bowl. John Elway pretty much carried those teams to the Super Bowl.
That's probably true. 1998, Super Bowl 32. The Broncos finally win a Super Bowl. They beat
and
the
Elway
Packers.
gets his ring.
He got his ring. And then he beat the Falcons the next year.
Yeah.
So back-to-back Super Bowls. And he went out on top. And he retired. So good for him. Happy birthday today, Lou Groza.
Is he still the greatest kicker of all time?
Probably not.
Okay. I mean, if the award's named after you.
Yeah, but he is the Lou Groza Award. Born on this day, 1924. Dean Jones, Love Bug.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wasn't he in Mayberry RFD, I think, maybe? Don Maynard, good wide receiver.
Yep.
1935, Etta James.
The great Etta James.
At
last.
1938, she was born. Toby Hooper.
I don't know who that is.
Director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, okay.
Among other movies as well. Wayne Ferris.
Don't know that one either.
The Honky Tonk Man. Wrestler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that explains it.
Condredge Holloway.
Condredge Holloway, quarterback in Tennessee. If I'm not mistaken, was he the first black starting quarterback in Southeastern Conference?
I think you're right.
I believe he was.
From Huntsville, Alabama.
From Huntsville, Alabama.
Mark Schlereth did a lot of recruiting. He was on those Denver teams that won those Super Bowls. and Alicia Keys.
Lovely Alicia Keys.
Nice. Very good. He's JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.